Buddy, welcome back to Steel City Live, our daily live stream. I'm joined by my boy Sean. What is up, Sean? How are we today from Hawaii, my friend?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me on, man. It's getting really hot out here. It's really starting to warm up. I can feel summer right around the corner. So I'm looking forward to going and jumping out of the ocean all summer long.
You look like you're sweating like a whore in church, brother.
It is hot, and I'm too cheap to run my AC.
Dude, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Yeah. Yeah. Our new place has two fucking air conditioners, and I'm like, no, we ain't running one. You better get a fucking fan. Oh shit. Oh, I'm dropping the F bomb already. I'll probably hell with yeah, they'll be on me today. What's up, Miss Pittsburgh? What's up, Russ? What's up, TD? What's up, guys? Everybody in the chat. I'll get to the chat. We're gonna talk some Pittsburgh Steelers. Make sure you're smashing the shit out of that like button. We're probably gonna drop off at about the 45-minute mark today. I have some places I need to be. So we're gonna drop out a couple minutes early today. So we are going to dive right in. Sorry, we were a couple minutes late. We were talking about Sean being a Chihuahua breeder and living his best life.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm one of those guys, we got enough mouths to feed and I feel happy. My heart is full. But my wife loves to come home with surprises like Chihuahua puppies. And bruh, please, no more.
Dude, I can't take it, man. I love animals too, but it's like sometimes we got to draw the line, dude, before you can start to charge admission because you're about to run a zoo, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
We're
dude,
close. We're close.
I've been like counting down the days. I'm like, how old are my dogs? Because once I'm pet free, I'm like never getting another pet again.
Right?
I love the dogs, man. I gotta say, they got to get bathed tomorrow before they go to the new place. But it's like, man, they're just like 100-pound oafs. You try to bath them and take them anywhere together, they become instantly like territorial. It's like, oh shit, we're the pack, bro. We're gonna tear you up. And it's like, dude, you ain't biting nobody. You're a big baby. Somebody come up and go boo to you, you are gonna run. You know, it makes you crazy, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt. What's up? Let's go, people. Hit the shit. Yeah, I like the guys. You guys are using the shit out of them emojis. I'm gonna keep revamping them, guys. We're gonna keep doing them up here, making them a little different. So I'm so you guys are awesome too. I see you all chatting like you guys like it's a super cool community, man. What's up, Tom? What's up, Danny George, George Cheston? What's up, M2 or M2K8? Yeah, they're talking back and forth. I gotta say, man, it's awesome to see. You know, it's like people have made their own little friends in the chat, and like that's so wild to see it like develop, man. It's so cool, so
I
cool.
really, I really feel like everybody in chat has become somewhat of an extended family for me. I know all your guys' names, and you guys all have great things that you bring to the table, and different
Yeah,
views and different opinions, and it's we mesh well together, and I really enjoy it. So thank you guys so much. It's fun.
hell yeah, that is awesome, dude. That I do too. Like I find myself talking about people. I'll be like, just Danny's names right there. I'll be like, yeah, Danny George said this, and I'm like I know people like personally. It's like, well, we talk to each other like how many times a week? It's like crazy, you know? It's like, you talk to people all the time. All right, guys, we're putting down some Pittsburgh Steelers talk. We're talking some NFL. We're going to try to keep it lighthearted today. So I know the Cam Sutton stuff has some people in an uproar. Some people are all right with it. We'll talk a little bit about it since Sean wasn't on yesterday when that happened. So we'll get Sean's opinion on that and that situation. And we'll just dive in here as OTAs wrapped up today, Sean. Football and shorts and a helmet. What are your biggest takeaways? Mine are I really like the accountability that you see this ball team starting to have. I like the way that I think they have each other's back. And I like the vibe coming out of there. What's your biggest takeaways so far as we, take another chunk out of this off-season preparation headed towards Latrobe, Pennsylvania?
I like seeing and reading about how the players were getting together and helping each other out. How they were getting, sitting down and chatting and gelling together. They were forming a bond. And that's what I really like to see, this early in the season is the players getting together and sharing laughs and helping each other out. And because that carries over into the season, spring training and everything. And, it gets the ball rolling for that camaraderie that you want. So that really makes me smile when I see that.
Hell yeah, man. And that's what matters most here. You ain't finding out anything really about football. You're finding out about how you're going to come together as like friends and, be a team. That's what you're really trying to find out here. No doubt. What's up, Jonathan? Tom Ford. I see you guys in there. Just making sure I didn't miss people that I seen pop in the chat. But yeah, you're exactly right. I think those are your biggest takeaways, Sean. Definitely coming together, that brotherhood, gelling as a unit. That does carry over, and that is going to pay some big dividends down the road. And I really think that. And you don't get those vibes all the time. At least I don't. And I watch this pretty intently. I know you do too. And I'm on it every day, watching YouTube, watching this, watching that. And it's been like that for years, even before I started the channel. Like I watched it very intently, and you don't always see this dynamic. And it's definitely something to be really pumped about. Yeah, TD, greatest group of people on YouTube. I like that. Thank you, man. Best show. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It is a cool group. I gotta say. I go other places and they have cool groups too, but I gotta admit, I gotta brag on our group, man. We got a cool bunch, man. No doubt
I
about it.
I go on there too. Other shows, I listen, I watch. I'll even comment here and there. But this is the group. This is the group. This is the most knowledgeable group out of all the groups. Like, if we say something stupid, we're gonna get called out immediately right here in Mic Drop Sports, and that's the way we like it, baby.
No doubt, baby. We're doing it up. We're going hard. The brotherhood forming for sure. Yeah, I think so too, Russ. I definitely think so. And it's just a positive sign, guys. And you definitely can't overlook it. And I think people that are overlooking it, trying to grab for straws here, Sean. And that leads me into something that I've been thinking about all day when I've been listening to interviews and I listen to some of the headlines and I see some of the headlines out there. And I have to agree with. I was watching all Steelers talk with Noah Strackbine and them, and he brought up something that was really funny, and I had to repeat it here. And I don't know who brought this headline up. I think it was somebody from ESPN, and they brought this headline up talking about Russell Wilson's contract. Russell Wilson is on basically a $1.3 million veteran minimum deal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And by some weird way, there is a no trade clause in that contract. Who the hell cares, bro? It's a 1-year contract that you're paying like nothing for in the NFL. Like some of these headlines, Sean, are just like seriously getting a little bit much. I cannot wait for some actual hitting and some real football, dude. Like who gives a shit about Russell Wilson's no trade clause on a 1-year deal,
Bro, when they're talking about stuff like that, that just shows they really they have nothing else to talk about. That was the one thing that they can come up with that hopefully would stir the pot a little bit and get everybody fussing. But
Yeah.
we're not going to take that bait. Not here in Mic Drop Sports.
No, we're not doing the clickbait. No. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. What's up, man? Happy Thursday. What's up? Welcome. Tom Ford, I can't wait to see how this team gels together after Justin Jefferson's deal. It looks pretty bleak for a wide receiver or on the wide receiver front. I'm going to say I don't think so, Sean. I think that the Steelers can still get somebody, and I understand exactly what Tom's saying there because that deal was massive, man. It reset the market. You haven't been on since that deal came about also. So you saw two markets get reset, Sean. You saw the wide receiver market get reset. You saw the running back market get reset by Christian McCaffrey. Justin Jefferson gets that mega deal. Christian McCaffrey making buku bucks. So that is going to have some implications on the Steelers and on how they handle the rest of this offseason, considering Najee Harris needs a deal. And considering they wanted to maybe go out there and grab a wide receiver number 2. Do you think those two big mega deals are going to just kill the Steelers' chances at being able to re-sign Najee or kill the Steelers' chances of getting a number 2? Or do you think that there's still light at the end of the tunnel and still hope for this ball club to get those things tidied up?
I think there's still light at the end of the tunnel. I think that when you have an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers ran by a coach like Mike Tomlin, you got players that want to play there and they are willing to take, cuts and do whatever they can so they can get to that organization. It's kind of like it's like getting to where the other pasture where the grass is greener. When you come into
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, and people want to be there, like I say. So I don't think the door ever closes. For Pittsburgh, and with Omar Khan and what these guys are got going, I feel like they always leave something available. Like it's never done until the fat lady sings. Like for real. Like so until that season starts, and even after the season, you never know. But no, I think that's not the end. We still got a chance. We never know what's going to happen.
I agree, man. I agree. I think the door's open, but I understand exactly what Tom's saying. When you look at these deals and you see the market get reset, but it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and as you brought up, Sean, it's a premier franchise in this organ or in this league. And you said Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin does draw players in. They like to play for him. You heard Van Jefferson today say, or yesterday, one of the days, it was like one of these last couple days. He said when you walk into this building and you meet Mike Tomlin, you quickly realize like he is a winner and that he hasn't had some losing seasons. You quickly realize why is what he's saying, and that's a good endorsement by a player. I'm not big on the whole average bullshit, but that's okay. He is a winner. He's a proven winner. But I think we're just growing a little impatient because we haven't seen those playoff wins as of yet late. But I think you're exactly right. You look at Patrick Queen coming for a little bit cheaper than what the market was dictating out there, or at least saying that he was going to go for, saying that he turned down bigger money. But I did see there was a safety that went somewhere else that said that he turned down more money from the Steelers and went somewhere else. And I can't remember where it was, but that was one of the rare instances. I can't remember who that was. I'd have to think about it. I don't know if you've seen that. It was one of the safeties, I think a Carolina Panther or something. Shit, I can't remember his name. Oh, well, we'll move on. Mark Malone, what's up? George, what's up? Jonathan. Mark says, I think CA3 or Roman Wilson will be the number two. And Jonathan says, I'm so ready for football to start. I've had the worst week ever. Well, hopefully you have a better week, bud. And I'm glad you're joining us and talking football with us. It's always a place to come and vent your frustrations. But getting to what Mark said there about Calvin or Roman, I'm down for that too, Sean. It is what it is. If it has to be, it has to be. We've talked about that before, and I got to say, I'm not pissed about it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad about it either, and I have high hopes for Calvin Austin myself. He's had a few years to work on his craft and come up with a plan to get out there and get some snaps. And I hope this is the year that he gets it. I hope that they can find a way to get him on the field and utilize him with a part of that play action game that we've been talking about. Because if there's
Yeah.
ever a receiver that can go out there and get past the safety, it's going to be Calvin Austin. That guy's got wheels and he can fly down that field. So if
Mm-hmm.
Russ can get him that ball and work that run game, bro, like this is going to be a magical season. And whoever it may be, just as long as you can just get open, because this Arthur Smith offense, run heavy, that play action is going to be strong. It's going to be good.
It'd be nice to see some of those splash plays. And I think you're right. Calvin Austin is a guy that can actually do that and actually really blow the top off of a defense. And then that frees up guys like a George Pickens when you got to worry about speed on the edges. You look at a guy like a George Pickens that is a difficult cover, that has a big catch radius. Then you look at guys like they have in the tight end room. They're going to be a mismatch nightmare in some instances if they can get that identity formed early. And I think you're exactly right. Guys like Calvin Austin can really play into that action game, and we know how significant of a role that can play inside of NFL offenses. Robert Rhodes says the Steelers will have a ton of cap space next year. The Broncos are the only team projected to have more cap space than the Steelers in 2025. Yes, that is the truth, Robert. No doubt about it. And I've heard that it was a top four. So you're probably actually pretty right. You're probably pretty spot on there. I heard that a while ago that it was like a top four in terms of cap space, and that's why I say, Sean, I don't think it's a necessity to go out there and risk everything when you have a year ahead of you to where you're going to have a ton of money available. You just went out there and got a bunch of young guys across the offensive line. You made some key improvements along that defense to where I think you can have a really strong defense. I think you're setting yourself up here for the next we'll say 2-3 years to have a real window to build a real winner here in Pittsburgh that could ultimately become dominant because they are going to have the cap space to do it, and they may have the player personnel on board to really build off of. That's just what I'm looking at, Sean.
I think you're right, man. And especially with the moves they made in the past, the past year, let's just say, they're well on their way to turning everything around. Like all these years that we've been suffering and not having any postseason wins, it's all coming to an end. Like this, we saw the rebuild already. Like in our defense, if you ask me, it's complete now. So now we just got a few
Mhm.
holes to fill on offense, if any at all, or adjustments to make. You can make adjustments and game plans with what we have right now and be successful. I believe that. I really do. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Steelers fan. Like
Right.
I've seen what they've been doing, and they're not hitting the panic button. They did it in the draft, and things came their way. And I think that's what's going to happen with throughout the season. They're not going to panic. They're going to get into that groove, and everything's going to fall into place. I believe
Yeah,
that
I agree,
100%.
dude. I agree, and I'm not just saying that either. And I people know we're Steeler fans. We run a Steeler podcast here, like we support the Steelers, and I'm not just saying that either. They have put some foundational pieces in place that are required to win. Now I know there are still some deficiencies. All football teams have some deficiencies, but they are definitely taking the right steps. And I think you're right when you say the real rebuild has already taken place. It's already begun when you make those type of significant moves in key positions. I think you've really taken some big steps, man. No doubt about it. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on our daily live stream. We like to call it Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. That's Sean. I appreciate you all so much, but make sure you're really smashing the shit out of that like button for us as we continue through today's live stream here on the channel. I truly appreciate it. We're going to get back to some more of the comments. We're going to kind of just freestyle it as usual here on the show, going through the comments. Did you hear Micah Parsons saying he'd like to play for Mike Tomlin? That was from Tom Ford. Uh, Honestly, to be real about that, I don't like Micah Parsons. I think he's just douchey. That's just my opinion, Sean. Would you like to see a guy like Micah Parsons come? I mean, athletically, he's gifted, and I'm sure he could be a real significant player. But I just think attitude wise, I just ain't aboard with him. I don't know. Just that vibe I get.
Same guy that's been saying TJ is not even on the top five for the past few years. The same
Yeah.
guy that's been dogging our team, and now all of a sudden he wants to come over to the greener pastures. Like, bro, we're good, bro. Like, you've already done your damage on social media. You showed your toxicity. Like, we don't need those kind of guys in the locker room. That's my
I just,
opinion.
yeah, I ain't on board with him. He is a great athlete. I'll give him that. He is a difference maker on the field. I'll give him that. No doubt about it. But yeah, just some dudes I don't want. Just I don't know why. It is what it is. Russ says, Mark, I agree with you on Tom and CA3, and Russ is impressed with Quez too. Yeah, a lot of people were saying they like Quez Watkins. I got to see him in battle, man. I got to see him in battle, Sean. I got to see him go up and be aggressive toward the football. I got to see him not drop passes in big moments. I just got to see a lot more from Quez that really scares me off from him. That's all. I know a lot of people have high hopes, and I hope he does pan out because that benefits our ball club. But yeah, I got to see a little bit more, no doubt about it.
I agree.
Champagne Dame, Najee to Dallas. No thanks. He's staying. You guys got your guy back. You got Ezekiel Elliott back. You guys are good.
For
Uh,
real.
oh, there's the cutthroat. Old cutthroat's here. John, what's up? 7 years in a row without a playoff win made a new ugly team record since the Super Bowl era started in 1967. One can be loved by his subordinates, but still be held accountable for lack of production. Absolutely. That said very well there, cutthroat. Got to call him that now. But that is said very well, Sean. We can love the hell out of Mike Tomlin, but when you're not succeeding, you have to be held accountable. And that's just, I think, our real thoughts. And that was said very well there by John. I no doubt about it. What do you think, Sean? I think Mike needs to be called to the carpet. That's what the price is when you're the head man.
I agree 100%, man. You got to be held accountable. And you know what? That's what it's all about. As a head coach, you should be taking accountability. And I've never been one to be like, hey, that's good enough for me. We had a winning season. It wasn't a losing season. That's good enough for me. I want Super Bowls too. I want postseason runs. I want it all, and I think it should go be like that from the bottom to the top in any organization. And man,
Yep.
if they don't do it this year, I think the accountability, all that accountability will fall on Tomlin. They have to win this year. They got to make a deep playoff run. If not, that's the only person left is Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, they've switched so many things up. They've changed things here in the last 6, 7 years. So many ways they've switched things around. And you're right. There's only one more variable that's left. And I don't say they have to win the Super Bowl this year, but I'm on board with what you're putting down there. You got to show improvement. You got to get maybe a playoff win. You got to show a run. You got to be able to show some sort of we're building toward a brighter future. We're growing as a ball club, and we're going to make some waves. And I definitely agree with that. Cutthroat says, Mike, remember, I am thinking like an '06 colonel. Yeah, I like the military format, man. And I think everybody should be held accountable. And that is a military way. You're accountable. You hold yourself accountable because you want to be a good representative of your team, of your unit. Of your squadron if you're in the military, whatever you may be in, flight, Air Force, whatever. But definitely, you want to be accountable and you want to be held responsible for your actions. And I think that that's just what it is. If you're a leader, you have to be held to the highest of standards, my friend. No doubt about it. Russ says, I'm not going to freak if we don't get another wide receiver. We got talent and tight end running backs who can catch and get yak yards after catch. Absolutely, man. No doubt. I think so too, Sean. I think there's enough talent on this football team that there isn't a situation right now that I would be like truly upset about roster wise. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers can continue to grow and can continue to cultivate the talent that they have around them right now to try to bring them up to step into the roles that they need filled in order to be successful. I think that this ball club does, on paper, look pretty damn good to me.
Man, if you ask me, I'd say the same thing. And like I said, I was never like a big fan of getting an older veteran quarterback to come over. I wanted a young stud as a quarterback. Like I wanted Mason Rudolph. That's what I wanted originally. But you know what? We're not there anymore. I embraced what they did, and now that I've embraced it and I've really like watched them rebuild this team, I'm a fan of it now. I believe that he can come in, Russ Wilson, and help these younger guys learn. Like I said, he's been to this big show and he won it. He played in an organization that was more of a system, kind of like Pittsburgh. There's a system there. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what Russell Wilson is. He's a systematic quarterback. So this is a good fit for him. And it's a good fit for the Steelers. And it's a good fit for all the young guys that need somebody to mentor them on offense. So I'm a fan now, and I feel like this is something special, and we're gonna. I expect them to win the AFC North this year. I expect them to make a playoff run, and I expect them to do some big damage and put some fear and some defenses out there.
I
And
hope
I
so.
did not think I was. You would ask me this a month or two ago, I would be like, "No, bro, no, 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 no." But now it's like, no, I see it and I believe it. So here we go. Let's do this.
Here we freaking go, baby. I agree, man, no doubt. And when you said that Russ has got to be that leader, he's got to lead guys and he's got to bring people along, and he fits well. You're hearing people say, "Hey, the Steelers really are smitten with Justin Fields," and that Justin Fields is really loving working with Russell Wilson, and those are all positive things too, because you got to have those guys getting along, man, because it seemed like Justin Fields had some tumultuous relationships inside of that quarterback room in the past at Chicago with older guys, So that's a pleasant sign to see Justin, getting along with Russ and having a good relationship. I like that. I like that a lot. John says, Cutthroat says, holding on to Ben too long. That's why Cam's loyalty must be looked at closely, not building the O line, and scouts need to be accountable for the draft picks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Years of maybe not getting what you need, maybe reaching at times during the latter part of Kevin Colbert's career and during some other times. But that latter part, I felt like they reached a little bit at times, not all the time. There were some good picks, but there were some weird ones too. But definitely they held on to Big Ben a little bit too long. But that's part of being loyal too, Sean. When you have guys that have given everything to you and are good team guys, you tend to hold on to that, and whether it's right or wrong, sometimes that's just what you do.
Yeah, and like you say, whether it's right or wrong, whether it was right or wrong, I feel like they did the right thing. Let Big Ben ride his career out as long as he could, because that guy really did change everything. Like, I remember what it was like before Big Ben came in. It was a lot like what we've been putting up with the past few years. These quarterbacks out there making horrible decisions and struggling to have a winning season, or even just barely getting into the playoffs, or early exits out the postseason. And man, we got Big Ben. He came in there and he turned everything around, and we had 18 amazing seasons with him. And I'll never forget watching him walk out of that tunnel with his family, his wife and kids, and I knew we would never see him again. And I did
Yeah.
have a tear come down, because that meant a lot to me. And bro, like, I think they did the right thing. Like, he gave us amazing memories. I'll never forget those years in my whole life. And I'll
No,
talk
they were
about it
good.
with my son for many years and show him like old clips. And bro, that was amazing. And it's too bad it ended when it did, because Father Time always wins.
Yeah, he always wins undefeated. But yeah, great memories with seven behind center. And yeah, you just can't get them all the time, guys. 18 years, with a franchise guy. Uh, you're not going to get all of those years, aren't going to be, Super Bowl years, aren't going to be the special years, but they're fun to watch nonetheless. And the memories last a lifetime, like Sean said. All right, guys, let's make sure we're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, our daily live stream only here on Mic Drop Sports. As we continue through the show, we're going to wrap up a little bit earlier tonight, so it won't be the whole hour. So just know that I'm going to be ducking out here in a little bit. I have to be somewhere at 8 p.m., and it's going to take me a little bit of time to get over there. So we'll be getting that done. Jonathan says Watkins looks very good. Cutthroat says D-line picks the last few years didn't pan out, hence more stress on the Cam issue. Russ says, yeah, I don't care for Micah Parsons either. He's burning a bridge. Robert Road Benton is a future Pro Bowler. Russ says this is a rebuild and will be a big season. Mark Malone, at least don't get embarrassed by Tebow, Bortles, and HG's like Browns team in the playoffs. Yeah, man, dude, that Tebow loss really sucked. Wave your towel for Miss Pittsburgh, guys. Let's continue to get those emojis. Becoming a Mic Drop Mafia member for 99 cents a month. The next giveaway will be on the 14th of June. So make sure you're looking out for that. Keep an eye out for a new studio coming about soon. So we're going to have that coming about. Big things happening. So we'll continue on here with the show, guys. I would like to see Keanu Benton become a Pro Bowler. That would be big for the Steelers. I think he's a little bit out of position, though. His size is just a little bit. Hopefully, though, that'll work out. We'll see. Tom Ford. I think Tomlin should have been held accountable years ago. He's had more chances than most coaches. Yeah, Tom, and I got to agree with that, and we'll talk about that for a second, Sean. Tomlin has had more chances than most coaches would probably get anywhere. But that is a Pittsburgh Steelers thing. They gave Bill Cowher many chances also. They gave Chuck Noll many chances also. Um, yeah, they've all three won Super Bowls. They're all three in the same boat, and the Steelers are loyal. Do you think the Steelers are loyal, maybe way too loyal to a fault? Do you think that maybe Mike Tomlin should have had some things evaluated, and the Pittsburgh Steelers maybe should have put the thumb down on him a little bit harder? Or do you think they're just going to stay status quo and it's just the way the Steelers do business?
I think it's the way the Steelers do business, and let's not forget that, the Steelers have always been this way, and there's a reason why they have as many Lombardis as they do. They let these guys have enough time to build a team that they want. That's right. And develop and turn into, they give them a chance and to let everything settle in. A lot of times you get these coaches, they only come in for 1, 2, 3 years, and then they get fired and thrown out.
Yeah.
Then they bring in somebody else, and now you're at a whole nother rebuilding stage, and it prolongs your rebuilding stage, which could turn into a decade. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to let these coaches go in there and do their thing. Like, how long did it take till Bill Cowher got his first championship in Pittsburgh? Like, sometimes it just takes a long time. And that's what we're at, And Tomlin, he's had a while, and I think it's time. Just like what we were just talking about, it's time to make that push, time to get another championship. And if not, yeah, he should be on the chopping block at this point.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever fire him, but we'll see. But I think he definitely should be held accountable, like you say there, accountable. Yeah, I can't believe I said that like that. Oh my lord! I think they're winning the Super Bowl this year. That's from Russ, man. I hope so. Cutthroat says KC is the target, number one ranked GM, number one ranked head coach, number three ranked DC, and the number one quarterback. The special teams coach is ranked 13th, which is the best on to the average looking at the others. Yeah, they definitely are loaded up, no doubt about it, man. They are the gold standard right now, and that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to get to. Russ is super focused to win the Super Bowl. I think so. I think he's definitely focused. Oh, son of a bitch, man. It all went to hell after Haley left. I liked Haley's offense. I thought it was pretty good. Cutthroat says I watched teams fold to KC last postseason because after the kickoff, the other teams panicked. Yeah, intimidation is key, Sean. And I'm going to bring up this. Do you guys remember, though, the Pittsburgh Steelers used to be that team? And you've heard the Steelers say that even last year. When you get off the bus, you want people to be other teams to be afraid to play you. Because why? Just because of the name on your damn jersey. That's why. That's what the hell, that emblem on the side of your helmet. You want to have that kind of mojo headed into a football stadium, you know?
Damn right, man. That's why I've always been like such a huge fan of Pittsburgh. Like our defense, other offenses, they dreaded coming to Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh coming to town because it doesn't matter where Pittsburgh plays, it's a home game. No matter.
Hell, amen.
Pittsburgh travels well, better than any team in the NFL. But yeah, dude, you want those other teams to fear you big time, and they should.
No doubt, man. Tyrone Johnson, Kent Graham was the man. What's up, Tyrone? Russ says that the most defense will only allow 13 to 17 points. Hey, I wouldn't maybe doubt that, to be honest. I think this defense, in the words of Creed, whenever he's in the corner and Rocky's talking to him and he says, I'm dangerous. Yeah, I like that. I think that that's what this defense is going to be. Absolutely dangerous. I do think that, man. I really do.
I believe it too, man. I think that we have a special unit, man, and people are going to find out this year.
No doubt, bro. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, hit that, friends. Yeah, absolutely. That was from TD. Let's hit that thumbs up. Bop, 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 bop. Let's hit that, guys. There's three little white buttons up in the top right-hand corner. You can hit that, and a little drop-down box will come to you and show you where that like button is. If not, back out of the live chat, hit the freaking like button for us, as it's a free thing to do to support your creators here on our daily live show. We like to call Steel City Live, only here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason, that's Sean. As we are cruising through the show, we've already been 33 minutes online. That
Wow.
is absolutely crazy, Sean. Time
Bro,
flies when you're having fun, baby.
it goes by so fast. It feels like we've been on for 10 minutes. But
I
man,
know.
yeah, hit that fucking sorry. Hit that like button hard. Hit it like Juju hit Vontaze. Hit it and just knock that thing out, bro. Let the algorithm go nuts.
Hey, man, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Also, guys, hey, you're looking at an offensive line battle and a defensive line battle and things of that nature that I think are going to be really intriguing too whenever pads and hitting is starting here. And you're about to have some mini camp action, Sean. I'm looking forward to some of those battles. And you hear guys like Broderick Jones says, hey, we're going to battle, but there ain't going to be no hard feelings. We're still going to be brothers. We're still going to go to war. But we're going to work and we're going to battle and we're going to fight, man. And I think that's exactly what you are looking for, especially along that front, man, because I think there is a real potential, Sean, for this offensive line to be special for several years. I really do think that.
Man, I think so too. And that's one thing I get really excited about is a nice youthful offensive line that's going to protect your guys for many years to come. Like, because that's where the big battles are won. It's in the trenches. That's where we got to stay youthful. And so, yeah, I think.
What happened to you? Oh, you got a call. Sean got a call tonight. It wasn't me this time. Yeah.
Usually my people know. Like I think it was just a mistake, but it's okay. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Scold your ass. Ryan Stanley, what's
Mhm.
up?
It will happen again.
John Cutthroat says, what team has the will to be Buster Douglas and take KC out? I know the answer to that, and I got it written right here across my shirt. Pittsburgh. And what does it say? The Steel City. Booyah.
Ah,
This is my favorite shirt, man. I don't know why. Columbia. I've seen it in Columbia and it said the Steel City on it. I was like, I love that shirt.
you know what? You got to get some shirts made. Steel City Live, bro. You got to have
Yeah.
them.
We got to do it, man. We've talked about it many times, Sean and I, and yeah, dude. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm like gonna slow down here soon, once I got some things taken care of here, maybe yeah, we got to get shit done. No more
Just,
excuses.
just get settled in first.
Yes. Ryan Stanley. What's up, y'all? How are some people okay with the Steelers signing Cam Sutton back, but refuse to even listen to the conversation about Trevor Bauer to the Buccos? Uh, I don't know. That is a very touchy subject, Ryan. Some are going to be upset with it, some are going to like it. And by no means do we here at Mike Drop Sports endorse anything along the lines of beating on anybody or doing anything. And that goes for both men and women, man. Don't lay your hands on anybody. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Talk it out at least. And if you're that mad, you're that pissed off, walk away, dude. Get the hell out, man. It ain't worth it in today's world, Sean, to go beat on anybody. You go hit somebody, you're probably going to go jail, dude. You know what I mean? It's not like back in the days, you know?
It's not like the times have changed for real. Like you can't go around and acting like that. It's all about just how you treat people. You got to treat others how you wish to be treated, and if you do that, you're gonna live a pretty happy life.
Amen. What do you think about this, Sean? And I wanted to ask you because we haven't got to talk since then. What do you think about this Cam Sutton signing? And what's your initial thoughts on this? And I know your stance on the whole thing, but remind the viewers what are you thinking here with this signing?
Well, outside of the NFL, all that mess, it's of course I don't agree with any of that. But when it comes to business within the NFL, it makes sense. It makes sense to bring in a veteran guy who can help out our defense and help the younger guys learn on a veteran minimum pay. Like that is huge. That's like same thing with Russell Wilson. We got a couple of guys in for the minimum amount of pay that have been in the NFL for years and can help our younger guys out and build up to where we need them to be. So I think it makes sense business wise, and that's how we've got to think about this, guys. Like we can't try to judge these guys on what happens outside the NFL. Like I know that's horrible. Like, but let's think about this as fans of this organization, Pittsburgh Steelers. Once he's on that field and he's helping out and he's out there and making some plays, we're gonna really appreciate it then. And when we see our younger guys develop and learn more, we're gonna appreciate it then. But when we
Mhm.
get wrapped up in all this media hype and all this stuff that happened and stuff, that's when you start getting negative about things and feeling down, and that's toxic. And we don't want to be toxic, and you don't want toxicity to go into the locker room. We need to focus on business, and that's what the Steelers are doing. So try not to get caught up in that stuff, guys, and let's just focus on what the con man has and what they're planning on doing and what it's going to lead to in the future, because that's what it's all about, guys.
No doubt, man. Yeah, we just gotta kind of take the good with the bad and kind of let it go. And we don't make the decision, so we can't tell them what to do. So hey, we got to just live with it. The memory of David Woodley, 6 pick sixes in 2 years, and he didn't even play all the games. That's a lot of pick sixes, man. Tom Ford says a lot of younger Steelers fans diss Big Ben because they only remember his last few years. Yeah, they do. Mark Malone said, I think we should have promoted Haley and fired Tomlin. Cutthroat says, I will write that Noel or Cower couldn't be successful today. Tomlin should get credit keeping a lid on this new generation of players. However, it is time to step up. Yeah, man, all good messages, guys. Absolutely good messages. As soon as he got to a Super Bowl, Eric Cartman, hello. Oh, God, really, Eric Cartman? Okay. Hell yeah. Who doesn't like to score 30 points per game? No doubt about it, guys. Russ says, I loved Haley's offense. If we kept him, I think we would have won a Super Bowl. Yeah, his offense was pretty on point, man. No doubt about it. No doubt
Yep.
about it. All right, guys. If there's anything else you guys want to make sure that you're getting in there, I'm gonna try to get through all this chat stuff, but we are going to be getting off here before long. We're going to go for about another 5 minutes here. So, Sean, I'll let you. Any closing thoughts on this week so far here as we sit on a Thursday as the Pittsburgh Steelers wrapped up organized team activities, voluntary portion basically of organized team activities here, OTAs, and what are your final kind of thoughts for this week as we're heading toward Friday? And I think it's an off day, and then I think next week we'll start mini camp. But what are your real thoughts here this week, and what do you like about this team? Dislike, whatever.
Like I say, I like the fact that our players are out there and they're forming a bond together and they're getting to know each other and they're building a chemistry together, and that's what they should be doing right now. And my closing thoughts on with everybody, just basically just try not to get wrapped up again in all the media hype. Don't people are running out of things to talk about. They really are. You just can't get into that. You just got to trust in the con man right now and Mike Tomlin and the Rooneys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got Cam Hayward showing up, even though he doesn't even have to. Like, these guys want to be there. They want to win, all of them, from Russ Wilson all the way across the board. So I think that we just need to stay patient like everybody has been and let the cards unfold. And everything's going to be great. It's going to be a special season. It really is. I believe in that from the bottom of my heart. And also, I wanted to point out, because I saw right here, let me scroll back up a little bit. Tom Ford says, I'd buy one of your shirts. So we got to get them going, bro. We got to get Steel City Live shirts, buddy.
We need to kind of make them like this. I like the tighter fit ones, just like at the top, a little bit, and like get like Steel City Live, Mike Drop Sports, something cool. Maybe we'll put up a poll, Sean. We'll come up with some ideas and we'll put up a poll and see what people would like to have on like some shirts. I would like to do hoodies and t-shirts, and then maybe like down the road, maybe we could do something else. But I'd like to get some cool sayings on there, some cool things. I did make another new logo for the show, so there's like another little banner that's I
Well,
like.
sorry, but something just hit me. You need to get an eagle with kitten mittens, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
I'm
says
sorry.
thank you. That says thank you, Philly. Oh
Okay.
shit.
Oh, my bad. All right. Maybe I'm a
No,
little
thank
buzzed
you,
up
Philly.
right now.
Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Philly, for taking the kitten. Meow. Taking away Kenny Kitten mittens from us. We pretty. Yeah, bumper stickers. Yeah. I like bumper stickers would be cool. That's cool. Dude, you guys
Yeah.
got good ideas. You guys got good ideas. All right, Sean, we got to wrap this show up. Guys, I got to go do my final walkthrough on a house that I'm trying to buy here. So if I don't do it, the closing's tomorrow and I'll be freaking screwed. So you know how this goes, guys. Anything can happen. So I've been ultra stressed. So sorry if I haven't been my best self here lately, but yeah, anything can happen. Clean up to the time you put pen to paper. So you never know what's going to happen. I'm just ready to be done. So I got to go get this thing done here. And again, I appreciate Sean for always joining us on Thursdays. He was our Wednesday guy, but now he's our Thursday guy. Sean switched jobs. So he's switching some days up. But as we continue to grow, Sean's about to be our baseball guy. He keeps forgetting about that. We're about to make that shit happen. We got to build, bro. We got to build, bro.
We can and we will. We just got to get settled. Like say, I got to get settled with my new job. Jason's got to get settled into his new house, get a studio built, and it's gonna be
Gotta
great.
do it.
Big things coming. Mike Drop Sport, Steel City Live.
Taking over, baby. We taking over. Oh, that's a good jam. That's a good jam from back in the day. All
Yes.
right. The likes were pathetic tonight. We only got like 15 or 20. Man, that ain't us. That ain't us, man. That ain't us. We got to step that game up. But we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be a better show tomorrow. We'll have more time. We'll try to be a little bit more on point. At least I will, because I just, like I said, been stressed. So it is what it is. Again, thank you, Sean. Great for having you. I love it. As always, we're going to wrap this up, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Steel City Live. Thanks again to everybody for tuning in. And until tomorrow, peace. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Jason. Aloha, everybody. Take care.
Oh, my hand broke.
Oh.
Later.
Aloha. Bye.